Welcome back to the channel, folks. Rider X Garage. Today we've got something that's not just a bike, it's a weapon built for the wild. We're talking about the 2026 Husqvarna FE 501, an off-road legend that's back with even more power, refinement, and attitude. If you're the kind of rider who prefers mud over tarmac, rock climbs over red lights, and mountain trails over city blocks, this machine might just be your spirit animal. We took it out for a serious off-road test, deep in the woods, through rivers, gravel climbs, and some rough technical trails. Here's our full experience with one of the most potent street-legal dirt bikes on the planet. The moment you lay eyes on the FE 501, you know it means business. It's tall, lean, and aggressive with a stance that screams capability. The 2026 model hasn't gone overboard with flashy design change, so it's still unmistakably Husqvarna with that clean Nordic minimalism. The new graphics for this year are slightly updated, more contrast, and a bit bolder, but nothing too loud. It's still white, blue, and yellow, our classic husky colors, but it now feels more modern, especially when paired with the anodized components and black rims. The bodywork is ultra slim, especially around the seat and shrouds, which helps with movement when riding in technical terrain. The LED headlight is compact but effective, and the front fender is high and flexible, made to shrug off the inevitable drill debris. From the side, the bike looks like it's built to conquer a lightweight plastic, exposed frame, narrow seat, and high ground clearance. You'll instantly notice the long-traveled W-Peaks Plus suspension setup, with the upside-down fork at the front and the fully adjustable monoshock at the rear. These are race-ready components, tuned out of the box for aggressive trail riding and enduro terrain. The aluminium subframe keeps the bike lightweight while offering enough durability to take a few drops and impacts without flinching. The ergonomics are upright and commanding. The seat is tall but narrow, the foot pegs are grippy and well placed, and the handlebars offer plenty of control whether you're seated or standing during climbs. At the back, things stay practical and performance-driven. There's a slim LED tail light, no excess bulk, and a high-mounted exhaust that tucks in tightly to avoid getting caught on rocks or logs. The minimalist rear fender holds the license plate and indicators if you're running it street legal, but those are easy to remove for serious trail days. The rear disc brake and swing arm are designed for protection and durability, with enough travel to soak up big hits and sudden landings. Now let's talk power, and make no mistake, the FE 501 is packing serious firepower. Under the seat lies a 510.9cc SOX single-cylinder engine that might just be the smoothest brute you'll ever ride. This isn't a screaming high-rev motor. Instead, it's tuned for low-end torque and mid-range strength, exactly what you want when crawling up a rocky hill or powering through loose sand. It delivers around 60 horsepower, which is monstrous in a bike that weighs just over 110 kilograms. Dry, twist the throttle, and you're met with a deep, linear surge that never feels overwhelming, yet always lets you know it's got more in reserve. Husqvarna has refined the engine mapping and EQ tuning for better throttle control this year, and the response is crisp without being twitchy. One of the things we noticed out on the trail is how well balanced this bike feels despite the power. The traction is unbelievably, whether it's wet mud, gravel, or loose leaves. The FE 501 just hooks up and goes. The clutch is hydraulic and featherlight, and paired with the 6-speed gearbox, shifting is seamless even when you're bouncing through gnarly terrain. The gear ratios are well spaced too, low enough for tight sections and steep climbs, but high enough to open up on fire roads or fast single track. And for those wondering about street use, it's 100% street legal in most regions, complete with emissions compliance and a quiet exhaust insert. When it comes to handling, this bike is an absolute marvel. The chromoly steel frame offers insane flex and feedback, letting you push hard without feeling disconnected. The suspension travel over 300 mm up front and nearly the same out back eats up ruts and rocks like they're not even there. We dropped off ledges, jumped over logs, and pounded through whoop sections, and the bike just kept coming back for more. It's forgiving when you make mistakes and reactive when you want to push your limits. Braking is handled by Brembo calipers front and rear, and they deliver powerful, progressive stopping. The front brake especially is easy to modulate, letting you trail brake into corners without locking up unless you really mean to. There's also switchable off-road ABS, which is a massive plus. It lets you keep ABS on the front wheel for safety, while giving you freedom to slide the rear when needed. One of the best parts of this year's FE 501 is how manageable it is. Despite its raw power, the bike never feels intimidating. Whether you're a seasoned enduro rider or someone moving up from a 250 or 350, the transition feels natural. Sure, you'll want to respect the throttle, but the weight distribution, suspension damping, and engine refinement all work together to give you control and confidence even when the trail gets sketchy. As for pricing, the 2026 Husqvarna FE 501 comes in at around $12,999 in the US, or roughly a superscript 113.5 lakh in India, if and when it's imported. It's definitely not cheap, but for what you get: a premium WP suspension, class-leading power, street-legal readiness, and world-class off-road handling, it's one of the most capable dual sport machines on the market. It competes with the likes of the KTM 500DXCF, but with a slightly softer engine design and a more refined, plush feel. To wrap this up, if you're looking for a bike that can take you across mountain trails, desert flats, and muddy forests without blinking while still being legal enough to roll up to a gas station, the Husqvarna FE 501 is a top-tier choice. It's not a beginner's bike, but it is a rider's bike here, built for those who live for the trail and don't want compromises. Raw power, intelligent engineering, and rally-inspired toughness are all packed into a sleek Nordic package. Thanks for riding with us today. Let us know in the comments where you'd take the FE 501 if you had the keys for a weekend. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next off-road adventure. Until then, stay dirty and keep the rubber side down.